Yeah, that's installed in me. That's who I am. So people could try to change me. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna be who I am. But Williams Zepeda gonna make me fight a lot more than a lot of other people. So I will have to fight. And he could get knocked out trying to be too aggressive. So let's see if he's willing to take.
You want to see entertaining fights. We know you have a very aggressive and offensive style. Do you expect to see Shakur be a bit more aggressive in this fight?
Anunciando en los comentarios que no quiere entrar a una pelea como de caricatura. ¿Tú cómo sientes que vas a querer una pelea un poquito más agresiva, algo diferente?
Sabemos cuál es el estilo de Shakur, lo que él lo representa.
There's a lot of haters, there's a lot of people that think that I'm not who I say I am. So Saturday night we're gonna see if they right or they wrong, and I promise you they wrong. If you call me Jerry, then I'm whooping Tom. So that's what I'm coming here for. So Tom, Jerry whooping Tom for sure.
Shakur Stevenson and Williams Zepeda had a very violent and physical clash at their final press conference. As Shakur threw a chair at Zepeda for insulting him, the stage was set for the last press conference, as the pair were set to lock horns in the ring in a matter of days. Once the conference began, the tension in the air was palpable. It was getting very real between both fighters, but it was Zepeda who fired the first shot.
What makes Shakur so great as far as what makes him, like when you see Shakur training, fighting, you know, what makes him so great inside the ring?
What makes Shakur so great is his instincts. He has intuitiveness. He have intuitiveness. He know, like, he can damn near like feel when a person gonna punch.
He earned Shakur against putting on his track shoes for a Tom and Jerry fight. This infuriated Shakur Stevenson, who went on a rant and ended up hurling a chair at Williams Zepeda. Afterwards, Shakur Stevenson spent some time talking to boxing media about his upcoming WBC title fight against Williams Zepeda, and shared his thoughts on the matchup and the performance he's anticipating. Stevenson, on what makes his fight against Zepeda different from other fights he's been in, said, "It's a bigger moment, so I know that I'm going to shine come Saturday night, but the bigger the moment, the more I step up, and that's what I plan on doing Saturday night."
And he says at every fight he's gonna punish the opponent. He never does. Yeah. Is he capable of it? Yes, I think he's a really good fighter. Great footwork, great jab. But this is boxing, this is showbiz. It's not enough to simply win. We're not asking for Shakur Stevenson to recklessly trade in there. We're saying if you have the guy hurt or if you have him in a good position, maybe throw a combination rather than one. Let's call a spade a spade. Shakur Stevenson, you know, the reason he's not in the main event on Saturday, let's face it.
When asked about what he expects out of Zepeda, he responded, "A lot of people think this is an easy fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. I think this will probably be one of my toughest fights. You never know until you get in there, but I know Williams Zepeda is a tough individual. He's going to throw a lot of punches. He's going to put up his best fight, so I'm going to make sure I come out victorious."
This is a fight I'm really I'm hesitant to speak on what I feel is going to happen, because I just feel like it could be something completely different, especially with a Shakur Stevenson who's had hand problems practically fight after fight for the last as long as I can remember.
Sean, if I may, they showed him on DAZN training when they took his glove.
He added, "People can try to change me. That's not going to work. I'm going to be who I am, but Williams Zepeda is going to make me fight a lot more than a lot of other people. So I will have to fight. He can get knocked out trying to be too aggressive, so let's see if he's willing to take that risk." On what future fight he would want if he could make it, he answered, "I would love to fight Teo. I think Teo talks a lot of stuff and he thinks he's that good. So I would love to get in the ring with Teo."
I'm a little guy, so I'm chilling at 135, but I would love to fight Teo. I think Teo talk a lot of and he think he's that good, so I would love to get in the ring with Teo.
Shakur Stevenson has always had a fair share of critics, but there was a moment where Shakur Stevenson looked like the next big thing in boxing. Not everyone was a fan of his fighting style, which leaned very defense-heavy, but there was no denying his pure talent, akin to Floyd Mayweather Jr. in some aspects, but his hype died down rather quickly. A string of mediocre performances led to his own hometown crowd booing him after a unanimous decision win over Artem Harutyunyan 1 year ago.
Speak on that just yet? Could we get like the breaking news on the Danza project?
Oh yeah, we could talk about it. Yeah, the fight is happening. Me versus Williams Zepeda. This is a guy who I feel as though been running from me for at least 2 to 3 years now. It's good to finally get him in the ring and corner him in to where he ain't got no choice but to fight me. So now with me, I think that after I go smoke Williams Zepeda, because we're going to put belt to ass.
Stevenson is in the process of repairing his image and making a statement. A knockout of Josh Padley was a great start, and thoroughly beating Williams Zepeda this weekend would certainly help. But the biggest fish to fry, Gervonta Davis, remains a dream that Stevenson can't make come true just yet. Shakur Stevenson says Tank Davis fight would be the biggest in boxing. Stevenson knows it too. Despite the 33-0 and very dangerous Zepeda still to be beaten, Stevenson can't get Tank out of his mind. In an interview with DAZN a few days before the Zepeda fight, Stevenson continued to contend that him against Davis is the fight to make. Me and Tank is the biggest and best fight in boxing. That's the fight to make. That's a fight I've been wanting forever, and I know that the time is here. We can't wait any longer. Me versus Tank Davis is the fight to make. I'm excited for the challenge, but I've got to handle this challenge first.
Rank number 2 by Ring Magazine. This Saturday, he will be the reigning and defending WBC lightweight champion of the world. Here is Shakur Stevenson.
Honestly, I can't tell you the best part of my game, just because, like, some nights it may be my jab, some nights it may be the body work, some nights it may be the defense. I'm a type of fighter, I adjust to whoever's in front of me. So if Tank in front of me, I'm going to adjust and do what I got to do to make sure I come out victorious. If Zepeda's in front of me.
Tank certainly hasn't lost his appeal among boxing fans, but his last performance against an impressive Lamont Roach left plenty to be desired. It ended as a draw, which would put a rematch between the two on course. That hasn't been confirmed yet. Odds are Roach would get the chance against Davis before Stevenson does, but a great performance against Zepeda could change that. Ahead of fight night, Zepeda's promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, has broken down the fight in a video posted to his personal Instagram account.
Now, I don't got too much to say, fuck him.
Fair. Anything you want to say to the fans here at home before we get into this title fight on Saturday?
For the fans who've been supporting me, I appreciate y'all. Y'all the ones who I do it for. Y'all the ones who I get up and make sure I do them 8-mile runs, and the hard work get put in because of y'all.
In the video posted to his social media, De La Hoya said, "All right, Shakur Stevenson, what type of fighter is he? Exactly like Floyd Mayweather, okay? He knows how to box, beautiful footwork, stands up straight, should roll, all that good stuff, right? Has a beautiful jab, right? Pop shots to you with the right hand. Well, guess what? Floyd Mayweather lost against Jose Luis Castillo, which reminds me of Williams Zepeda, okay? But throws more punches. So think about this. Floyd, I believe, had brittle hands. Shakur Stevenson has brittle hands. If Williams Zepeda keeps coming forward, throws punches, is very careful, side-to-side movements with his head, keeps throwing that jab, because this shell here cannot block a jab to save your life," added De La Hoya.
No, me siento muy contento, muy emocionado, la oportunidad que tanto había buscado, entonces en espera nada más de que suene la campana.
No, I feel very happy, very excited, just very excited for that belt to ring to start off.
We saw in the build-up in the press conferences, yourself and Shakur, when you came face-to-face, there were certain things said.
The Golden Boy Promotions founder continued to break the fight down. Throw to the body, throw to the chest, pin him in the corner and just keep throwing punches in bunches. Williams Zepeda has probably the best output in boxing. So, I got Williams Zepeda by decision or even a stoppage against Shakur Stevenson. And I love Shakur Stevenson. He's a great guy, but Williams my guy. See you guys Saturday night, New York. The Mexican Southpaw is known for relentlessly pressuring opponents and throwing a lot of punches.
What type of fighter is he? Exactly like Floyd Mayweather, okay? He knows how to box, beautiful footwork, stands up straight, shoulder roll, all that good stuff, right? Has a beautiful jab, right? Pop shots you with the right hand. Well, guess what? Floyd Mayweather lost against Jose Luis Castillo, which reminds me of Williams Zepeda.
Zepeda's style makes him fan-friendly, yet vulnerable to counterpunches, as Tevin Farmer demonstrated during his first fight against him 7 months ago. Stevenson still must remain mindful of Zepeda's power. He told The Ring, however, that there is one secret tactic Farmer, also a left-handed opponent, utilized when he fought Zepeda in back-to-back bouts. Stevenson, World Boxing Council lightweight champion is convinced that Zepeda's style perfectly suits him in his quest to dominate and entertain in their 135-pound title fight at Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York.
An all-Mexican war. I would put him against anybody right now. Shakur, the only one that I is Shakur. Shakur, he's a bad. Shakur's good. He's actually really, really good. Tank would love to face him again.
I want them to keep thinking what they are thinking because they are running with this fake run logic in their head where I'm running around the ring, Stevenson said. And I really don't do that. Keep thinking what y'all thinking. And then when this bigger, supposedly stronger fighter who's got more knockouts comes running at me, let's see what I do. I'ma show how I handle it. I'm here to perform. Stevenson, 28, is commonly considered one of the most skillful boxers in the sport, undoubtedly one of its most effective defensive fighters.
On your shirt is your nickname. Can you explain Cameron?
Cameron.
What does that mean?
Con mis primos y por el sol, por el calor, todo eso, yo me ponía rojo. Entonces me decían, se pone como camarón y se me quedó. Ya debuté como profesional y me decían que tenía que tener un apodo. Me querían poner zurdo de oro, el gallo de oro, pero dije, no, todos me conocen.
In fact, sees plenty of defensive flaws in William Zepeda, so many holes he is certain he will pick apart his dangerous challenger July 12th. Pound-for-pound recognition waned once Stevenson settled for an unquestionable but unimpressive unanimous points victory over Edwin de los Santos in November 2023 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Stevenson fought through hand and shoulder injuries that night, but he wasn't exactly entertaining in his following fight either.
And shuts you down round by round. And guys, William Cameron Zepeda is a relentless Mexican pressure fighter. He doesn't stop coming forward. With insane volume and vicious bodywork, Zepeda overwhelms his opponents.
That was an even easier decision defeat of Artem Harutyunyan in July 2024 at Prudential Center in his hometown, Newark, New Jersey. The 2016 Olympic silver medalist mostly fought from his preferred distance and didn't engage much over the course of those 24 rounds against the Dominican Republic's De Los Santos and Germany's Harutyunyan. The three-division champion pummeled England's Josh Padley for much of his last bout, which resulted in a ninth-round technical knockout February 22nd at A&B Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Padley was a huge underdog, though, and took their fight on 4 days' notice because Stevenson's original opponent, undefeated Floyd Schofield Jr., was hospitalized during fight week in Riyadh. DraftKings lists Stevenson as a 10, one favorite to defeat Zepeda, the mandatory challenger. This appearance on Ring 3 isn't just about winning for Stevenson. It's about boxing in a way that enables him to utilize his skills and satisfies fans who have grown wary of style.
You are great at every level of boxing. You have been throughout your career. Is that something that's giving you a little more energy this week?
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of doubters. It's a lot of haters. There's a lot of people that think that I'm not who I say I am. So Saturday night, we're going to see if they right or they wrong, and I promise you they wrong. Like, the greatest fighters, you got to know, can do it all. They could go in there, and when it's time to fight, they going to fight. When it's time to box, they going to box. The main mission is to get the job done. So with that in mind,
Shakur is one of those guys who needs a couple explosive performances to remind people of the fact that he can be entertaining as well as dominant, promoter Lou DiBella said. But there's no issue as to how good he is. I don't work with him. I have no stake in this. But if you know boxing and watch him fight, he can fight his ass off. He's a terrific fighter. And now he has an opportunity I see as a huge opportunity for him. Because, in my mind, if you want to make a point against a guy who's highly regarded for good reason, but that is perfect for you, Zepeda is perfect for him because he doesn't offer anything scientific or fancy. He's just aggressive. Come forward. He's a very traditional Mexican championship level warrior, and he makes it very hard stylistically to look bad against him. I think Shakur has the opportunity here to dominate him by boxing and picking him off, and then electing whether he wants to make a statement or not.
Stevenson fight and William Zepeda fight's gonna go. The first round, Shakur's gonna be in that southpaw stance. He's gonna have his mouth agape, like he always does, and throwing that jab. Moving around, trying to circle. Zepeda's gonna be trying to cut the ring off. Step to him.
Stevenson has fought from the pocket at times, but not against an opponent with Zepeda's power. Beating Zepeda impressively on this DAZN pay-per-view show would help him re-establish some of the momentum Stevenson built as he soundly defeated former champions Jamel Herring and Oscar Valdez, Robson Conceição, and Shuichiro Yoshino over a 17-month stretch from October 2021, April 2023. Zepeda hopes some of the pressure on Stevenson to perform impressively provides opportunities for him to hurt him.
Shakur Stevenson vows to punish Zepeda and step on him. Listen, bro. This feels the same as every other Shakur Stevenson build-up that I've ever seen. I've heard all of these terms before. Stepping on somebody.
The strong southpaw told the ring he will do whatever is necessary to make Stevenson fight, even if it means becoming more susceptible to getting knocked out himself. "I'm praying for him to stand there and fight with me," Zepeda said. "That's what I like. That's what I want. But he hasn't been hit by me. He hasn't felt one of my body shots yet. So when he does, hopefully he does stand there and fight with me. But I'm a doubter." Specifically speaking about their fight, Stevenson shared some of these thoughts on what he thinks of Zepeda as he heads into the fight.
Many believe, due to Turkey Al-Sheikh's ridiculous policies, the ring, you better not run, and so-called shrinking the ring, and believe Shakur will have no...
"When you get a fighter that has mastered their own style, they're always the most dangerous fighter," Stevenson said. William Zepeda is a guy who has mastered his style. He understands his style. He understands what he's going to do. But on July 12th, they don't know what I'm going to do. I got different things from my game. I can box and move. I can stand there in the pocket and make you miss. I can do 100 different things to him to where he doesn't know what's happening July 12th. So it's going to be an amazing fight. It's very possible that I hurt Zepeda. These people think I can't crack. These people think all you do is run. That's the wrong logic for me. I'm a fighter at the end of the day. We get in there and I gotta fight. I'm going to fight and I'm not coming there to lose. I'm not into that. William Zepeda is not a guy who's just gonna let you move all around the ring and not cut off the ring. He's not a guy that's going to allow you to not engage in the fight. So I'm not here to lose. I'm here to win.
And your best fights have always been against these aggressive fighters, Oscar Valdez and all those fights. Anyway, this is a great fight for the fans where I think he averages something like 80 punches thrown around. Is this the fight where you get all of your fans back? You know how quickly they jump ship. Is this the...
Shakur Stevenson is at a crossroads in his career. Heading into his second straight fight on a Riyadh season card, Stevenson will get his first significant test of this phase of his career when he meets mandatory challenger William Zepeda at Louis Armstrong Stadium in the Corona section of Queens, New York. Right now, all that's in my mind is July 12th. Of course I want the tank fight, I've been saying that for years, but truthfully, if I don't get past Zepeda, there is no tank fight. Zepeda is first, and I'm coming to stand on business, said Stevenson, 23-0, who is coming off a 9th round stoppage of late replacement Josh Padley in February. Also know that I'm not sleeping on William Zepeda. This is a fighter in front of me that has been waiting on this opportunity his entire life. I knew Zepeda back when I was 15, 16 years old, and he was focused then. I understand that this is his moment too, so at the end of the day, I gotta go lock in and I gotta step on him.
Me gustaría pelear contra Shakur Stevenson. Creo que mi estilo de pelea y el estilo que él tiene se haría una muy buena pelea. Sabemos que Shakur es un poquito limitado en no arriesgar en las peleas, pero es lo que haría importante esta pelea, que yo iría como a buscarlo, él trataría de hacer su boxeo y creo que sería una muy buena pelea. Yo he pedido...
Kevin Garcia with Fight Hype here with the champ. Man himself, William Zepeda. William, Kevin Garcia con Fight Hype. Perdóname, estaba corriendo para llegar a ti. Dinos de la pelea con usted y Shakur, ¿qué podemos esperar? What can we expect from you, Shakur?
Una pelea muy buena, esperada, ansioso yo por tener esta gran oportunidad y vamos a prepararnos muy fuerte porque...
I've always been a fighter that's known to be very disciplined, very focused. This is not the exception. This is the biggest fight of my life, the greatest opportunity that I've had. I want to be known as a Mexican legend, but not only as a Mexican legend, but a legend in the sport of boxing. I look at this fight like a movie, almost like Meldrick Taylor versus Julio Cesar Chavez, and I just want that type of fight, said Zepeda. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this.